Greetings, hello, and welcome to this quick video on how I made this weird treehouse corkscrew monstrosity. I began tinkering with the idea of starting with a single platform piece and extending the stairs around in a corkscrew kind of shape. It looks kind of weird, certainly not pretty at this stage, but I want to see how tall I can get this structure as cheaply as possible. Because we all love that camp budget, don't we? I managed to get it quite tall, but after the 5th set of stairs I could no longer place a floor tile. I thought that maybe if I raised the level of the camp unit itself, that I might be able to get it a little bit taller. So I blueprinted the design and prepared to take a small scouting trip to see if I could find a hillside or somewhere with an elevated position where I could place my new camp. Just south of my test site, I found this tiny little hotspot nestled next to this tree and a bunch of buildings that I could probably scour for loot a bit later. I propped the camp up on a little rock, whipped out my blueprint and spun it around trying to find that sweet spot. After a little fiddling around, I was able to place it slightly below the camp module. That might give me a bit more space up top where I can add an additional floor. Bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, I ran to the top, only to discover that no, still wouldn't accept another floor. I conceded to the limitations of this area and figured that I would build a platform because my gosh, the view up here is amazing. I threw down a bunch of floor tiles so that I had enough space for all my workstations, somewhere to sleep, and my stash box. I don't know, I didn't quite like the platform, it just felt like it jutted out too much. So I began snaking some half tiles into this neighbouring tree. I was able to clip through most of the branches, but I did bump into a few of them that would not let me place the tiles. It's quite a tight squeeze in here, but I should have enough room to put together all my workstations. So this corkscrew design has turned into a treehouse. Time to decorate. But first, check this out. I was trying to place my sleeping bag and I accidentally popped it on top of my potted cactus. And when I tried to move the cactus, the sleeping bag came with it. It was hovering and attached to the object. Oh, I thought that I could have fun with this. I stacked a bunch of storage containers on top of each other, and the max I could do was 3, but the potted plant I could still put on top of those storage containers. Look at that! Best spot for a nap ever. I had to test it out immediately. I had no idea if I was going to fall off this thing when I got up. It was very high up. I probably would have died if I fell off. Great opportunity for some photos. Oh, Bethesda physics. I love you. Night has fallen. Nice start to the tour. I actually ran out of wood partway through, so I had to do a bit of running around and looting. But here is the finished product. Got my little platform with sentry turrets, nice little cooking station on this level, and the top floor. I rigged up a generator and a bunch of lights, thought it would look cool up in the trees. Got my storage box, weapons workbench, armor workbench, a bunch of plants. Oh my gosh, I went a bit crazy with those when I found that recipe. And here is the stairway to nightmares. So I will very carefully climb them and hop into this very terrifying bed and bid you adieu. Thank you so much for joining me while I messed around with weirdness in this game. Until next time, this has been Jet. Happy gaming.